Alright guys, so as we explore the deck below, we can find that there is a crew quarters underneath the deck. And what are you still doing down here?
I can't swim.
But you're a sailor!
Apparently not a very good one.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Sorenus Mods. Now today we're going to be checking out a fantastic mod known as the Shipwrecks Mod for Minecraft 1.6.4. Now this is created by, I have no idea how to say that, but I'm going to go ahead and give it my best shot, Cpacal. This mod is created by Cpacal. Now Cpacal added 4 brand new ships into your Minecraftian world, but unfortunately they all sunk in the ground, dead. But of course these 4 ships will now spawn at random in your world because they are now part of your world generation. They will spawn on your beaches and in your oceans, and depending on their size, they will either spawn very plentifully or not so much. Now these little sailboats and rowboats will spawn very plentifully because, I mean, look at them, they're just so adorable, they're like little cute doll houses. Now unfortunately the sloop and the schooner, the bigger, mightier ones, will not spawn as plentifully, except in this area. Apparently there's like 3 of them. I don't know why. I mean, I'm guessing they had a giant war or something, but these are trader ships, so it makes no sense. So let's go ahead and jump right into this mod with the very first and smallest of these ships, the rowboat. Now these guys ran aground over here, and I'm assuming they're all dead because seriously, who's gonna live in this tiny little 3x3 square? Now this is one of those only aesthetic boats because it doesn't really include much loot. It's a little 3x3 square of wood and you can't really do much on it. So basically you sit in this little hole right here, crouch down, and hope you find land soon, because who wants to waste their days in this little boat? Now of course the next of these is the sailboat. Now the sailboat can be found in 2 different positions. On the beach it can generally be found on its side because it ran around and flipped right over, or underneath the ocean blue you can find these vertically. Now of course this glowstone is not actually part of the ship. It's my only way of finding out where the heck these guys are under the ocean. Now this one actually does include some sweet loot, which is in this chest right by the little area back in the back. Now of course when you look inside of here, ooh sweet, we found some iron ingots and a bucket. Well, of course, who cares about the iron ingots? We got the bucket. This is all we ever wanted. Now of course the next of these is the sloop, and I love saying this name. It's a little sloopy. Now the sloop is my personal favorite because it does include the best loot, but it is not the largest. The schooner is actually the largest. So let's go ahead and look inside of these cannons, and you can find some sweet arrows in the dispensers. So of course these guys must have had a pretty fantastic war over here because these don't actually include, oh whoa, a fire charge. So man, he was packing some serious heat in there. Get it? Because it's a fire charge and it's a weapon. That was a terrible pun. Let's go ahead and go underneath the deck to find all the sweet loot. You can also actually find its awesome little steering wheel right behind here, except I don't see how he can steer when he's underneath the freaking sails. It's very strange. So let's go ahead and head below deck, and the glowstone again is not a part of this, but it gets really dark and scary down here, and I'm afraid of the dark. I mean, that pumpkin, when I first came down here, terrified the crap out of me. It was like a creepy dude staring at me. He's like, "What you doing in my ship?" So of course I could only assume to put some sweet glowstone in here. Now of course you will find a couple of sweet chests in here obtaining different types of items and such, some of them very empty, very strange. Why would you need a large chest if you weren't going to put anything in it? Or if you were putting anything in it, you put a carrot. Who needs that? I'm stealing that. Now, of course, you can also find some hay. You can find a furnace with some coal next to it, as well as melons and pumpkins. And if you go in the back behind the stairs, you can find the ship's quarters, where you can also find some more delicious buckets. Oh, yes, all the buckets. Now, of course, you can also find the beds. Whoops. Broke one. Someone's not sleeping tonight. Now, unfortunately, I could not find a schooner on this map, so I had to go find it on another map. So I will see you guys over on the largest of these ships, the schooner. Alright guys, we are now here at the schooner, or schooner, depending on your liking. Now if we go below here, you can see that this thing is absolutely massive. It is a ship of mightiness. Now there's so much wool, you can make so many beds out of it. I mean, look at the fluffiness, it's just gorgeous. Now if we go below the ocean blue, we can find a gigantic ship, which we can walk aboard the top, but there's not much to do on the top, so we're gonna have to go through the trapdoor on the side right here. Now when we go below, we can find a whole flippin' load of dispensers. This must have been a sweet warship. You can also find a giant chunk of the ship completely missing. I'm guessing it was all this squid's fault. Why do you do this, you monster? Now, of course, if we go behind this trapdoor as well, we can find a door, which if we go inside, we can find the captain's quarters. You can find a bookshelf and some sweet table and chairs, as well as a bed and chest. Now, if we open the chest, we can find a compass, an empty map, as well as, ooh, a captain's log. Mary Celeste by Reginald O'Connor. Wow, that sounds like such a regal name. We have to read it. Day 1. Seas are calm. The men are excited but vigilant. I expect the crossing to go smoothly. Well, going so well so far. Day 2. Past a wreck today. The deck was overrun with zombies and skeletons. I've added more men to the night watch. Something is not right here. Well, you can bet it isn't. Day 3. My suspicions were correct. Skeletons and zombies attacked in the night. John, the first mate, was swarmed, but managed to warn the rest of us. We fought them off, but nobody got much sleep. Let us hope we reach land soon. Oh yeah, you're pretty much screwed if you don't. Day 4. All is lost. A creeper arrived with the lesser monsters of the dark. The men abandoned ship only to be slaughtered by the waiting undead below. Mary Celeste, lost with all hands. Well, that's just sad. I'm gonna keep this in my diary. This is a sad story of my whole entire life. Now, of course, I'm guessing the hole is now because of a creeper. Wow, poor guys. They were overran. They couldn't even take it. Now, if we go below a deck one final time, we can find the crew quarters, which has 1.5 billion beds. Literally, I counted them all. 1.5 billion. Directly, straight up, 1.5 billion. Now, there's not much as well. I mean, you do have the ocean floor as well to get through, but you can steal all these beds. You can sleep above the ground tonight if you steal them, or you can sleep below the ocean, which would be really stupid. You'd freaking drown. Why would you do that? Now, of course, there is a whole lot of loot to these. I feel like the schooner has a little bit more loot, but that is a trading ship versus a deadly warship of doom. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this mod, and I'm going to be leaving download links in the description below so you guys can check this out for yourselves, both for Skype as the amazing free installers that make your installing experience so much easier, as well as the normal download as well. Have a absolutely fantastic day, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to tell all your friends, because everything is better with friends. Proven by the captain's log, which Reginald O'Connor pretty much knows his whole stuff. I mean, if he's got an entire crew behind his back, he must be pretty good with friends. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you guys for the next episode later. Goodbye.